Drivers of commercial vehicles with excessive hours behind the wheel are deemed a risk to themselves and others as a result of fatigue, making them unfit to operate the vehicle. The driving hours of commercial truck and bus drivers are therefore highly regulated in the U.S. by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, or FMCSA. Their current regulations state that most motor carriers, including heavy-duty trucks, operate interstate in the U.S. had until 2017 to deploy electronic logging devices, or ELDs. Motor carriers already equipped with automatic onboard recording devices, AOBRD technology, have until December 16, 2019 to ensure compliance. There are also many temporary and permanent exemptions in this landscape. The regulations are intended to reduce driver fatigue and improve road safety by limiting the hours that drivers can be on the road, and by maintaining the driver's hours of service electronically, reduces the ability of fleet managers to coerce drivers into driving more than the legal number of hours. The Canadian Ministry of Transportation is also planning to adopt very similar ELD regulations.
Most ELD solutions and telematics systems in general have an in-engine component that's attached to the commercial vehicle CAN bus network. It's typically through the network diagnostic port, or sometimes in a more permanent, directly mounted fashion. ELD systems replace the old-style paper logs and automatic onboard recording devices, which were used for tracking driver hours in the cab, which lacked consistent reporting format. It was also prone to error. And while today there are ELD solutions on the market that only capture hours of service, regulatory information, and the requirements of the ELD mandate, telematics systems at large also monitor a vehicle's engine to capture data on whether the engine is running, miles that were driven, and duration of engine operation. The ELD solutions are a subset of what are known as telematics devices and their associated services. A vast amount of data can be collected through these telematics devices and other connected hardware or sensors that might be attached to these devices. Things such as speed, time idling, harsh braking, driving, seatbelt use, fuel consumption, vehicle faults, and other pieces of engine data. This data is sent through cellular or satellite connections to a data center. It is then viewed by fleet management software, which allows fleet operations to view and export reports and overall gain business intelligence. You can find out things, for example, such as who is my driver with the highest number of speeding incidents, or which vehicles are due for scheduled maintenance. It's also used for optimal route planning.
Because ELD systems have been FMCSA mandated and by and large have a lower complexity than full-featured telematics systems, there is a huge market for them. According to the FMCSA, there are around 500 ELD providers and most carriers in the industry are already in compliance. However, there were no quality or security requirements in the FMCSA ELD mandate, added to which the FMCSA allowed ELD providers to self-certify their own products. The competitive market for inexpensive solutions has meant many ELD providers have been found to have been highly variable in quality, security, and reliability. This has caused several key issues to surface.
The first of these lies in how telematics systems have become highly integrated into business operations within the fleet company. Telematics providers use non-standardized approaches to collect, store, and transmit their data. This means if an ELD solution provider has technical problems or goes out of business, as has been the case with two major vendors, their customers are without logbook records, a significant problem especially for more robust telematics systems. Since these systems integrate with proactive safety systems, payroll, TMS, driver and route planning equipment location, accident reporting, and more, in addition, the ELD mandate requires that 7 days worth of data for any driver be produced on demand from the driver's current CMV. That only gives the carrier 7 days to correct the issue, a heavy lift for a carrier that's just lost their ELD solution provider. Additionally, if they have to replace the telematics solution, the new one will not be able to ingest or make updates to the old record from the prior telematics provider. Again, a carrier would be left without resources to rectify the issue outside their control.
The other key issue is that of cybersecurity. Some ELD solutions interface directly with the commercial vehicle and transmit data via cellular signals, in a way similar to mobile phones. A recent presentation at DEF CON 25, a major security conference, by Corey Thune from IOActive, showed many ELD solution providers offered little to no cybersecurity. Substantial prompt action is required to address these risks to road safety. Without this action, the benefit the ELD regulations were intended to achieve will be seriously undermined.
Going forward, as we move increasingly toward more complex telematics devices, we're seeing secured open platform telematics systems emerge. An open platform telematics system is capable of integrating with other types of hardware accessories, software, and mobile apps to provide added insight into business operations. The variety of applications for telematics includes integrations with dispatching and mobile forms, to driver cameras, salt and sand spreader trackers, weather alerts, and electronic logging devices for recording drivers' hours of service. Hence, telematics systems as part of vehicle safety continue to play an important role within the telematics world. It is therefore vitally important that these systems use standardized data formats to enable commercial fleets to access telematics data among a variety of ELD providers to support fleet resiliency as part of the wider telematics solution. A chain is only as good as its weakest link, and we need to learn from the mistakes of the past with regard to telematics data format to maximize interoperability and cybersecurity to mitigate attack vectors. As for today's situation, it's crucial that fleet managers consider carefully what would happen to their operations if their telematics providers stopped their service and to plan for this risk. If they have not already considered business continuity as it pertains to their telematics system provider and the integrations into their larger systems, then it is most definitely something they need to consider in the near future. We also strongly recommend performing impact assessments as a best practice for business risk management.
The NMFTA and its members have identified the telematics resiliency issue and are doing something about it. Broad cross-sector task force, including TSP Fleets, cybersecurity firms, and universities, has been struck to develop solutions. Two key aspects of the solution are secured and interoperable telematics solutions. The NMFTA Working Group, together with the University of Colorado Boulder Neutral Vehicle, are working to develop a secured common API that any fleet owner can use with any participating telematics provider, essentially an open telematics spec. This solution is envisioned to permit fleet owners who choose a telematics solution from a participating open telematics service provider to know they are choosing a secured solution that permits required interoperability. That removes issues related to having to reintegrate telematics solutions should they be forced or desire to change telematics providers. Of course, the service providers will need to fund the cost of integrating their offerings with the new Open Telematics interface. The benefits, however, will likely justify the costs involved. Irdeto, Geotab, ODFL, UColorado, NMFTA, and other organizations are highly involved in this initiative.